Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, LaSalle Anungu.
Yes, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Feeling a lot better. Ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the people who reached out. Feeling a lot better. Back on the show to start off the week, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, what an amazing way to start the week. So many stocks up. We passed the tax bill last week. We had the President of the United States come out and tell us today was going to be a great day on the market. You need to be a buyer today. And boy, did people respond by buying stocks today. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Of course, you guys know the show is brought to you by Equity Feed. Shout out to the good people at Equity Feed, the best scanner in the market. Get 2 weeks free. EquityFeed.com. You said the overall market is down. Actually, no, sir. I mean, you may be looking at the tech stocks, but some of these old, great, and legendary companies are up real nicely. They're up real nicely. We saw a lot of old companies run today. GE slight move, but retail was up today. Huge. We saw retail up. We saw the small caps pull back slightly. We had a few runners in the small caps, but again, the retail. I mean, did you guys see what Macy's did today? I mean, this is insane. I had to get me some of those Macy's. You guys know I'm a pessimist, so I had to grab me some of those Macy's. Look, Macy's 3 years from now is probably going to be gone. So some of those May 18th Macy's, oh my God, I was all over it. All right. What were you guys looking at? We saw a few Bitcoin runners today. BTSC. I saw BTSC do a little move. It was actually higher, got up to a 48 cents and then pulled back. So BTSC holding up better than I expected it to do. BTSC holding up better than I expected it to do. All right. I'm actually impressed by those. I'm actually really, really impressed by those. Shout out to people on Twitter. I know I'm off Twitter, but I'm back on OTC 3000. Go ahead and follow me. OTC 3000. They got your boy off Twitter, but I'm back on Twitter. OTC 3000 is the account. Follow me. OTC 3000. All right, let me get back to the show here real quick. All right, so shout out to, again, all the people in the chat room. Let me know what you guys are looking at, man. Let me know what you guys are looking at. ASTC. Okay, let's see what you guys are looking at. Of course, you guys know what the call-in show is. 305-600-2896. George M., what's up, man? Bad Scientist, I saw you eyes in the head. Stocks Z. TGO, Gucci, Craig G. Yeah, look, I don't know what's going on with the shippers. You let me know what's going on with the shippers, because that was insane today on the shippers. Because the shippers, you got to 10 plus. No shares to short, though. I knew it wasn't going to hold 10 plus. I was like, good God, 10 plus? Are you kidding me? Astrotech, ASTC. I have to do some research on this because I don't really know Is this like a defense play? Astrotech, and if it is a defense play, what kind of Astrotech completed successful DHS and TSA personnel? All right, so they get a government contract on ASTC here. Beautiful day, nice little candlestick. Nice move on that. Yeah, verify us a little bit more on what happened there. PXS. This was a really interesting stock because it made a really nice move on Friday, but the pullback was something sick on Friday. The pullback on PXS on Friday was something sick. Very similar to today. Very similar to today. Really interesting to see a stock, you know, unlike the days of HMNY where you have 2 days in a row being the number one or largest gainer in the stock for that time being when it was at its top. PXS, another run today. I think today was a lot to do with a lot of short squeezing. I don't know what the float is on this, but as it was on Friday, you ran, shorters came in, dumpers, whatever it was, people who were in huge, they took their money and ran. But it looks like, as you can see here, the stock has a history of that. The stock kind of has a history of doing that. It doesn't really hold highs. It doesn't really do a good job of holding highs. So, I mean, a 62% gain, though, to close, I mean, that's impressive. That's very impressive. But even when you look at the stock, though, I mean, here's the 5-minute chart of today's action. You know, unless you either shorted at the top or you were smart enough to get in the morning and then sell at the top, or even if you missed, you know, even if you missed the top and sold on the pull back, that was really the only way to win this. You know, that was really the only way to win this. Other than that, I mean, you probably lost some money here, and you could have lost a lot of money. I mean, the stock literally lost 50% of its value from the top. All right, you got up to the high 12 at 12.22, and you closed at 6.68. So very dangerous stock to play today, PXS. Let me tell you something, folks. If you don't have the money, or you don't have the patience, or you just don't have the skill, I would leave that one alone. That's a scary looking chart when we pulled up that 5-minute on PXS. Yeah. On SWRM, yeah, I actually wrote up on SWRM on my website, advancedequityresearch.com. And AppSwarm, yeah, AppSwarm pulled back. Look, they came out. They said they were going to do something with the Bitcoin. We mentioned this last week, that they were going to create a Bitcoin app. But here's the thing. Both of those companies don't have any cash. I think Sing has a better cash position than AppSwarm, and Sing is doing really well. I mean, look at Sing right now, up 17%. It's been a superstar over the last several days here. The stock is up, what is that, 112, about 112, 110% since November 29th or 28th. What day was that? Actually, November 27th. Yeah, so you're about 110, 112, something like that. You do the math, be a little more accurate. Insane move, though. Insane move. And nice gain today on that stock on SING. And you're not that, you know, you're hot, but we know we can go higher. I'll give him the ka-ching for that. It's been an insane stock. Too low. Let me go there again. There we go. Nice move on SING. Oh, man, let's not even get to talking about Roku. Let's not even get to talking about Roku. Roku pulling back, but, you know, even with the man himself, Citron Research, coming out and saying this is a piece of shit, it's still holding relatively well. It's still holding relatively well. Andrew Leff came out, called it a piece of shit, basically. And yes, it's not at the 50s anymore, but at the end of the day, you know, it should be sub 40. He came out and called it a piece of shit. You know, when he comes out and says it's a piece of shit, that thing comes all the way down. You know. And I'm going to leave these lines up here because that was when I was in the stock. I was looking for that $37 breakdown. It never happened. I took a $500 plus loss and walked away. I couldn't deal with that shit, man. What's going on, Mr. Thayer? XNet. Got the gap up on XNet. XNet, is it truly a Bitcoin play? Is it truly a Bitcoin play on XNet? Jeff said he sold Sing at 11, still ran at 12. Yeah, and I think Sing actually probably has a little bit more to go. And Jason, I'm going to talk about your Cassie in a second. Silver by the ounce, you said you hit a home run on Swarm. 04 to 09, 40,000 shares. That's what's up, man. That's penny stocks for you, man. God, I really want to hear from that guy if he ended up, you know, getting that G. Let's see that Cassie you're talking about. Cassie, C-A-S-I. C-A-S-I. Looking for the breakout here. Actually, I would say you probably already got it, but you're hesitating here. I mean, you know, but what a rebound from October. I mean, you know, we see runs, they pull back, but boy, what a rebound here on Cassie. What a rebound there on Cassie. C-A-S-I. Pharmaceutical biotech play. There must be something else going on there, so I would do your research on that. Yeah, everything is attaching itself to Bitcoin. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. That's what investors want to buy. They want to buy Bitcoin-related stocks. Do we have anybody in here who lives in New Jersey? If you guys don't know what's going on in New Jersey, the governor of New Jersey has gone ahead and sent an important case to the Supreme Court where he is going after the right for states to govern their own or to make their own rules regarding sports betting. This is huge, folks. This is huge. Sports betting is projected to possibly be a $25 billion industry. Most of it right now is underground and over, what is it called? Overseas, or basically, you know, in these territories where the federal government can't, you know, fuck with the money. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt that if New Jersey wins this, you're going to see some of these Bitcoin stocks, not Bitcoin stocks, excuse me, but some of these other OTC stocks start moving into that sports betting territory. Now, there was a sports betting stock that I promoted back in maybe like January, February. I can't remember the fucking name of that company. It was a Japanese sports betting company. I can't remember the name of it. I didn't have a second to look it up. But yeah, Chris Christie, yeah. So you guys are going to want to keep your eye on that because that's going to be the next big thing in OTC stocks is sports betting. Sports betting related stocks, especially if this passes. This is going to be the equivalent of what those first couple years of marijuana was. It's going to be the very same thing. It's going to be the very same thing. Sports betting, OTC stocks. I mean, it's a match made in heaven, man. It's a match made in heaven. STTH up 56%. Stealth Technologies. I don't know what this is about. You don't looks like you have too much volume here, so fill me in on what's going on here. I do see they did a reverse split recently. Got the share structure under control, but not too much volume. So I don't know what's going on here, but you don't have too much volume on STTH right now. BVTK, Brave Tech, and you know, Brave Tech, we actually did a support line on this. We said it had to kind of stay above. Well, it's just slightly below it. So, I mean, but it's got to hold that, right? I mean, that 0024 was an important support level. Yeah, you have bounced off some lower levels. You could probably put one here too. But it's fighting for its life, man. BRV, what is actually BVTK, excuse me. Fighting for its life right now. He said Chris Christie. Here's the thing, though, man. I mean, I saw him on CNBC, and he makes sense. He makes sense, and I think they got a Supreme Court that would side with business, would side with the states on this one, man. If we can get marijuana passed, I think we can get sports betting passed. If we can get marijuana passed, we can get sports betting. I think it's here, man. I honestly believe it. And, you know, when it does pass, you got to be all over it. You got to be all over it. K's, let's look at K's. Yeah, we just talked about BTSC earlier. Incredible run. It's holding very, very well. It's just got to be able to maintain the volume. I'm seeing volume slipping a little bit on BTSC. All right, so when volume starts to slip, you know, people start to get nervous, particularly those individuals who got in relatively early or who have warrants that they can turn into floating shares, and you know, they're going to end up dumping. So hopefully it can maintain that enthusiasm and keep that price up. KAYS. K's. It's a stock that can put on some volatility when you know, when the momentum is there, but looks like recently you haven't had any real movement in K's. Haven't really had any real movement in K's so far. TM says states have the rights to do it. Right now they don't, actually. Right now only the federal government can make rules around sports betting. That's why they're going to the Supreme Court. What's going on, Michael B? So right now, I'm all 100% behind Chris Christie. Let's get this sports betting. The biggest beneficiary of sports betting is going to be the NBA, just because, you know, the game of basketball, you know, kind of, there are more games to play and stuff like that. It kind of fits sports betting a little bit better. But football, a lot of guys bet on football. I mean, you know, and it's hard to fix a football game. You know, way too many guys on the field. It's really hard to fix a game on, you know, when it comes to football. INTV, Integrated Ventures. Somebody said you're nervous about INTV. Yeah, I mean, it's hanging up there. I mean, you had a down 8% day. You said you're nervous about the stock. That means you probably got a shitload in it, and you're probably up huge. So I understand you may not want to go into tomorrow opening down. But as you can see here, a little bit of decline in volume. Again, that's the scary part. When you get the decline in volume in OTC stocks, that's where you start to really hurt in terms of prices, and you really start to swing. CYCC spiked today, presenting phase 3 study on the 11th. All right, we'll check it out in just a second. All right, you guys putting up tickers in here. That's what I'm saying. Last couple of days. All right, it had been dry with the tickers. MYO Mayo or Momo? I don't know how to pronounce that. Yeah, you know, I'm not a big fan of stocks making new lows. But it looks like these last couple of days, I don't even know what to call that right there. Now, if we were oversold, truly oversold, sub 30 on that RSI, that would be a signal to want to get in. But, you know, we're just sitting on that 30 line. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say to that because we still have some downside risk there, particularly because the stock is relative, you know, very, very bearish. You know, so as you can see here on an oversold situation, the stock is very profitable. I'm going in on some oversold situations here on this stock, but I'm not sure what to read into that. All right. So let's see. Let's look at some other tickers you guys are pulling up. EYES, EYES, $1.51, 11% today. 11% today. This is a NASDAQ, 3.6 million shares today. Average is only 700,000. Not seeing what got it higher like that. Where's the news to justify that move? I'm not seeing it. Incredible volume coming into the stock. You actually were higher. You got it to as high as $1.65 for pulling back to $1.50. I don't understand that Blue Apron move too, Kenneth. Thank you for bringing up Blue Apron. I don't know what caused that. Remind me about it later. I don't know what caused that Blue Apron move. That was, again, but you had a lot of shitty stocks run today. A lot of crappy ass stocks ran today. I mentioned Macy's, Another one I think was JC. You had a lot of shitty retail plays run. But I mean, this is the time of year, right? This is the time of year that you're going to get those kind of moves. But those moves only last about 2 weeks. And then you get to about a week before Christmas and everybody's like, hold up, these, nobody was at the mall this year. Everybody was buying online this year. Is this stock really worth that much? So it's a cyclical kind of thing. It's that time of year. CYCC. We had a guy in the chat room just mention that they're going to be presenting phase 3 results on the 11th. On the 11th. Going to be looking forward to that. Yeah, it's 69 on the RSI right now. Still got a ways to go here. I mean, that's phase 3 results are a very interesting, time for any company because that literally, allows them to go into the phase where they can go ahead and submit for approval from the FDA. Full phase 3s have been selected for oral presentation. Okay, so yeah, okay, so they haven't released the results. The results are going to be presented, and they've been selected to be presented at this conference on the 11th. Yeah, that's something you can play into. That's something you can play into. Yeah, Bad Scientist, you said the upgrade on... Okay, here's the thing about Barclays upgrading Blue Apron. Because I looked at Blue Apron as a short, but Barclays was the investment bank that took Blue Apron public. So that is a biased recommendation. That is a biased recommendation. So the company that took, the investment bank that took the company public, of course they're going to come out and say, oh yeah, it's a great buy. I mean, the company's losing cash like crazy. Last time I checked, they're gonna need to raise at least $250 million over the next 5 years to stay solvent. Okay, go ahead and go read that 10K. Read that recently released 10K. They're already talking about how, the company needs cash. I mean, it looks like an OTC 10K. That's how broke they are. GME, GameStop up 3%. Yeah, and GameStop has no reason to exist anymore. I mean, it is the dirt cheap stock though. I mean, it's trading at like 5 times earnings, so it is relatively cheap. But I mean, at the end of the day, and I want their earnings numbers were pretty surprising. They did mention that although they weren't selling as many games, their used game business was doing pretty good. So they still got those clowns going in there for the PS3 games for $2.99. I need you guys to stop going in there for that shit, so I can short this to zero. You know those guys who are going into GameStop, and you want to go buy one damn game for PS4, and they're there buying 20 damn PS3 games, and you sitting in line for 30 damn minutes because he's got to pick out every damn CD from 2004 and shit. Anyway, let's keep it moving. ETSY. 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 Okay, Etsy is like Shopify, right? It's kind of like a Shopify. Last time I looked into Etsy, it's like Shopify. Am I right? Something like that, where it's like a platform and people sell on it. Etsy. Besides that, I don't know too much about it. As you can see here, it's definitely fallen from its, offer price. But overall, it looks like it's been recovering over the last several months. You're at $17.91 right now in Etsy. All right, large cap stock or medium cap, whatever. I don't know what medium cap these days is. Large cap is $2 billion. Yeah, I'll say large cap. $2 billion market cap on Etsy. Yeah, GameStop is hanging around, man. It's just hanging around. But like I said, it's that used. If you read the earnings a couple of weeks ago, their used business is what's keeping them going. SING, single point. We talked about Sing. They came out with Swarm. Mentioned that they were going to do an app for Bitcoin to process Bitcoin purchases to buy marijuana. It ain't gonna happen. Let's just be fucking honest, okay? It's not gonna happen. But look, investors love the news and they're buying it. But nobody's gonna be spending their Bitcoin to buy weed. All right. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Nobody is going to be spending Bitcoin to buy anything that goes up in smoke. All right. Let's just let's cut the crap. Let's just cut the crap. DPW. Digital Power. 90% gain today, up $1.66. Damn.
Monster kill.
Yeah. That's insane. Look at that candlestick, man. These guys bought the lows. High commitment from the buyers. That's a beautiful candlestick. No shadow at the top. Full commitment from buyers. Let's see a 10-minute chart of this movement, man. Look at that. That's a beautiful day. That's a beautiful day. I mean, you got the rush to come in. All right, some guys buying a little bit high. They're a little upset, so they start selling on the way down. But, I mean, just the commitment from buyers to hold. And I don't know where this volume came from. But you had a really nice, power hour, mid-afternoon run, and a solid close. A solid candlestick going into the close. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, but the after hours numbers don't look too good right now. The after hours numbers don't look too good right now. So I gave you the monster kill for the day, but I got to give you the toilet flush for the after hours. And I'm actually feeling a bit sorry. I'm actually feeling a bit sorry for the guys who bought, because I know you got to have a guy who went in 5,000 shares 4 minutes before the close. There's always that guy. There's always that guy. I'm reading 298 right now, though. I'm reading 298 right now after hours. All right. Let's go back to some of your plays here. TGRR. Tiger Reef. Internet Gaming. Tiger Reef. Okay. Internet gaming stock. TGRR. Tiger Reef. What are they about? Diversified producer of rums. Okay, all right. So they're all fucked up, man. If this is an internet gaming stock, I mean they're listed as an internet gaming stock, but I'm reading the business description and they're talking about ultra premium rum. So they got to get that right. Reach out to the business and tell them to get it right or whatever the hell's going on here. But if they're gonna be an internet gaming company, Let's see here. I'm just pulling up the 10K real quick, because if it is the case, then I want to get a position in here. And yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm reading the filings, and yeah, they're talking about they're a producer of ultra premium rum. All right, ultra premium rum. So I don't know if they're trying to change their business or what, but confirm that and get back with us. Confirm that and get back with us. DFFN. You got me excited for a second, man. Shit. That was a triple six, with 0016. Got me excited for a second there, man. I need to find a fucking internet gaming. Yeah, somebody find us an internet gaming stock, man. We need an internet gaming stock and something just to sit and watch. Because, I mean, this is a court case. It's going to be a minute. It's going to be a minute. But just to be able to, you know, sit and watch this shit. And look, at the end of the day, you know, some of these companies, they're going to change their whole damn business once this gets passed. They're going to change their whole damn business, just like Bitcoin. They're going to change their whole damn business. Just like, you know, Riot, RIOT did. You know, RIOT was a biotech play. You know, it was a biotech play for over, what, 6-7 years? Then 3 weeks ago, they came out and said, oh, yeah, we're going into Bitcoin. Changed their name to Riot Blockchain. Bought a crappy mining business out of Australia that has like 30 coins or some shit like that. And they quadrupled their market cap. So we're going to see similar plays. We're going to see similar plays. JBZY. Let's keep it moving. JBZY. JBZY, this company used to go under the ticker DOLV before they changed their name about 2 months ago now. This is a Chinese battery play. It's a Chinese company that makes batteries for cars. Some of their batteries also sold in dollar stores. I mean, it's a struggling business. 4-cent stock, 11% trade today. Nice gain, though. I mean, nice gain, nice solid volume today. You're at the lows, right? You're at the lows. I mean, that's a nice candlestick for today. It's actually got, you know, for where the chart is, it's actually a nice trade here. It's actually a nice trade here. JBZY is the ticker. Nice volume, 5.5 million shares today. 5.5 million shares today. Jason says, what stocks am I interested in, man? You know, I'm all over retail right now, man. You know, what retail is doing. You know, I'm a pessimist, man. You know, Macy's, I told you, Macy's. Got some March options for Macy's. You're not going to see these prices after January. On some of these retail plays like Foot Locker, you're not going to see these prices. Roku, you know, I want options going into next earnings, because you're not going to see these companies where they are that time. When it comes to, you know, these small caps, I love the banks right now. There's some cheap banks out there as well. Huge runs in banks right now because the small cap, this tax plan plays beautifully into the banks that do a lot of business with medium-sized businesses that are going to be benefiting the most from this tax plan. The idea is that they're going to be flush with cash and they're going to be wanting to pay down debt with this extra cash that they'll have laying around. Okay. That's the, you know, quote unquote benefits of this. I still love, you know, the Bitcoin stocks. I think, you know, BTCS, you know, you still got stocks like BTCS that are still, I think, in my opinion, dirt cheap. You know, let me talk about Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond, 8% day. Are you serious? Bed Bath & Beyond? I mean, home furnishings is a really interesting thing because it is one of those things where, especially if you have a girlfriend, a wife, you know, she probably makes the decisions when it comes to her home furnishings, and she would rather go into a store and physically see the items. But at the same time, you know, the company hasn't been doing so well. The company hasn't been doing so well. And as you can see here, last earnings report was responsible for that falling window previously. So with this run up, yeah, I would be looking for, you know, a $26 or $28 put going into, you know, deep into next year. It's going to be a little bit expensive because it's got a lot of time value, but I would like to have that time value when this starts selling off, and that's where you're going to be having just an insane amount of time to be able to sit and just let the profits roll in. All right. And going back again into these OTC pennies, BTCS, in my opinion, BTCS, if you're looking for a solid Bitcoin play, I still think you're dirt cheap. Here's the thing. I wrote up on this company on my website, advancedequityresearch.com. I wrote up a nice little article where BTCS is literally, they are finally trying to go legit. They are finally trying to go out and accumulate, or what was that? Not accumulate, but acquire an actual Bitcoin mining operation. This operation actually does mine also Ethereum. And, you know, they signed the paperwork. The ink's dried. Now it's got to actually get finalized. Do your research on it. But I think here you're still pretty cheap. I think you're pretty cheap. You know, I think it's unfair to sometimes compare to Bitcoin companies, but when I call it BTSC because the share structure is different. But when I look at BTSC, which has a lower float, you know, so I understand why this is doing what it's doing. But I still think BTCS has the potential to be a 20 cent, you know, 20 cent, 30, 50 cent stock again. I mean, it's done moves like this. You know, as you can see here, this was back in August when we were talking about Bitcoin. You know, I think it was like 5,000, 6,000 or something like that. So I think it can do that again. We'll see. PTOP, peer-to-peer. Here's another Bitcoin stock that, you know, not too many people mention. PTOP, another Bitcoin stock. This is only a penny right now. You know, I'd like to see a little bit more action from PTOP before I jump in here. You know, only a few days of moves. Don't really know much about the company, so I want to kind of continue to watch that a little bit more. Yeah, I did remember you saying PIVX. I'm not getting anything coming up on PIVX. I'm not getting anything on PIVX, so you're going to have to find out what the ticker is for that one, because I feel like we're putting it wrong. MSDI up 21%. MSDI up 21%. 1.7 million shares today. Monster Digital. This is the headphone maker, right? Is this the headphone maker? Let me see. I believe this is the headphone maker, Monster. Monster Digital. Monster Digital. Let me see here. Oh, no, this is a camera. Okay. What am I thinking? Headphones. I think they do make headphones too, or maybe they used to. But yeah, okay. This is they make action sports cameras and looks like VR headsets as well. All right, so going after the GoPro market. Looking at here, their websites, I can see here by the specifications, they're not as good as GoPro cameras, but very similar shape. I mean, they almost look like GoPro cameras. When I pulled up the website, I was like, God, that looks like a damn GoPro. MSDI up 21% today. All right. Company came out and said they're making strategic changes to their business. All right. Obviously, investors loved it. Investors loved it and bought it up. 21% gain today on MSDI. Thank you, Bats, for putting that in the chat room. Bad Science is putting up a watch list. Putting up a watch list. Yeah, Gucci. It's not a real gaming stock yet. If it's, when they come out with news, that's where you buy it. They come out and, they put out that news article. That's why you go to OTCmarkets.com, or if you have a scanner, as I'm biased, so Equity Feed is the scanner, and then every morning I'm looking for, I'm typing in Bitcoin in the news search, because I want to know if any company came out and said, hey, we're going into Bitcoin. APVO. And when the Supreme Court rules on the side of the states, which I expect for them to do, then after that, I'm going to be looking for every damn OTC and, NASDAQ company that's going to go into that gaming space. I'm going to want to grab those contracts, or, excuse me, get that license in New Jersey to get into gaming. And every other state's going to follow right after that. APVO, Aptivo Therapeutics, up 15% today. Up 15% today. Aptivo Therapeutics, 15.3%. Holding really well here since September. Not the greatest volume. Not the greatest volume, so just be aware of that. But it looks like it has been a solid position trade, up 15% today. Aptivo Therapeutics, biotech. GLBR, Mossborn, 15 with that ticker. Global Brokerage, down 12%. You're oversold here. GLBR. Don't know anything about this one. Let's look at it. GLBR. What are we talking about here? All right. It's definitely looking like it's a NASDAQ stock. Looking like a bankruptcy risk the way it's looking right now. GLBR down 13% today. So obviously some real serious things going on with this business on GLBR. Looking at some of the recent company filings, we have, wow, executives are dumping shares like crazy. Look at this. Form 4, 20,000 shares. Form 4, 30,000 shares. Form 4, 10,000 shares. I mean, executives are just dumping. And they're dumping hard, man. They're dumping, and they're dumping hard. All right, so that tells you everything you need to know about what's going on there at GLBR. RARX, Ra Pharmaceuticals. This is interesting. Ra, like the Egyptian god Ra. Ra Pharmaceuticals, RA Pharmaceuticals. I mean, interesting. What are they? Yeah, they literally, wow, it's okay. This is interesting. So they're playing into that whole Egyptian thing because it's RA, and then they got a little sun thing around the damn RA. They announced recently they had positive interim results from a phase 2 study, but the stock still shitted on itself. What happened here? So it must have not have met a benchmark. You know, when you see that happen, that typically means it didn't meet a benchmark that had been set for the study. So it may have did well, but not well enough. It may have did well, but not well enough. So $8.92 a share has lost $5 worth of value, 37%. Shareholder value disappeared today. You know, with that being said, you're probably going to see another $3 or maybe $2 disappear tomorrow. This can go to as low as, you know, single digits on this RSI. You know, I did see you got some dip buying here at the lows. You know, guys probably setting up for tomorrow. In fact, let's look at the 5-minute chart on the price action today. Here's the day's price action. So as you see here, fell off. You had the dip buyers come in. All right, nice little move there too. Look at that. That's a beautiful move here from, you know, these lower high 890s back to 1070. That's a nice move. 890 to 1070. If you got the cash, that's a nice move. Eventually, of course, couldn't hold its gains under that selling pressure. 893 is where it ended up today. But I think you're probably going to lose more value tomorrow. Punjabi said it's an overreaction. I don't know. Geraldo, did I hear about Bitcoin in Venezuela? No. What's going on in Bitcoin in Venezuela? Hear about Venezuela Bitcoin that will be backed up by oil? So they're going to create their own crypto? Is that what you're saying, Kyle? That's the thing that's going to be dangerous about, you know, the blockchain is that, man, I get everybody coming out with their own crypto, but man, when we have countries just start to move from a fiat paper, you know, currency to a blockchain, but everybody's got their own blockchain currency. God, that's going to fuck shit up. We got to get them to say, hey, you know, fuck with this Bitcoin. You know, I don't want them to create their own, you know, crypto, because when they're going to create their own crypto, they're going to create something like, you know, I don't know, like Potcoin or some shit like that. Something that's got, you know, a set inflation that can create as many coins as the owners want. And that's a scam. Now we're right back at fiat currency again. You know, they just put as many coins out there in the system as they want. That's why I don't buy any cryptos. I don't buy any cryptos that don't have a max limit on it. Don't have a set amount. And again, on my website, advancedequityresearch.com, I have a list right now of 26 cryptocurrencies and their maximum amounts. And one of them that I like right now that's doing really well is Ethereum Lite, Lite, which has got only 1 million coins out there. I just put the link in the description, or I just put the link in the chat room. And it's only got 1 million coins out there. Ethereum Lite, built on the Ethereum blockchain, but only 1 million coins out there. So I like those. I like Bitcoin. It's, you know, it was out there first. It's capped. You know. You said, what the hell is a blockchain, man? I mean, you're going to have to Google that shit, Kali Rob. I kind of know what it is, but there's some videos out there explaining the blockchain that do it a lot better than anything I can say. All right. Can't believe they managed to keep oil and gas as vital as they have for as long as they have. Yeah, man. I mean, look, Venezuela, you know, they got them goons down there in Venezuela, man. You know, they got them goons down there, bro. You know, these leftists down there, they can pay these goons in the ghetto to get rid of the, you know, the people who want to intimidate or try to get rid of the government. You know what I'm saying? He's saying page not found. Where is this? Hold on, man. No, it's there. It's coming right up. AdvancedEquityResearch.com. I just put the link in there. It's coming right up. You know, I don't know if you're using that net zero internet, man. He said all Venezuela got right now is their lovely Venezuela chicks. Man, look at that real estate, man. You know, if I had it like that, man, I'd be going down there and buying so much damn real estate in Venezuela. Because, you know, that's what they're doing right now, man. All these international banks, they're down there buying real estate, buying all type of shit. And when the situation gets straightened out, guess who you're buying from? VDRM, 1 cent a share. Biotech play. There are quite a few biotech plays that were former NASDAQ. This was a former NASDAQ stock, got delisted. I mean, we can go, you know, again, we can go through them, you know, DCTH. You know, this is an old one. Actually, no, it's DTCH. Oh, DTTCH. I think it's this one now. Yeah, here it is. DCCH. You know, INVT. INVT is another one. You know, all of these were former biotech plays that now trade on the OTC markets. But here's the thing. They offer probably even more value now that they're trading on the OTC markets because they're still working on whatever projects they're working on. And if they actually hit now, boy, that's going to be an insane return for investors who, you know, got the balls to hang. Got the balls to hang. What's going on, Sinclair? What's going on, Sinclair? All right. Let me see what else you guys are talking about in here, man. APEN, APEN. Apollo Endosurgery. Apollo Endosurgery. Don't know anything about this business. Only 180,000 shares traded here. Don't know much about this business. Rock FDA clearance. Looks like they recently got an FDA clearance for their product called Overstitch. Stock went from $3.97 to $6, $6.50. But obviously, as you can see here, didn't hold those gains at all. And a lot of people became bag holders on that one. What's DPW after hours? Because after hours, I'm getting $2.98. So bets, let me know where you're at after hours on that. I'm not seeing a good after hours number on DPW. You know. Let me see here. GALT. Now, GALT has done numbers before. GALT at 369 after hours? On what? 6 hours ago, they presented phase 2B trial. You guys know if it's about cancer, it's going to run. Is it about cancer? Anti-fibrotic drug. All right, so something having to do with fibroids. All right, so if it's a cancer drug, you guys know it's going to run. I mean, anything cancer is going to be insane. Okay, yeah, DPW is not doing too well. Yeah, DPW is not doing too well. GALT's got to be one to watch. Can GALT be a 100% mover? We don't know. We'll see tomorrow. Obviously, you're up, you know, well over $1 in GALT after hours. So that's one to watch tomorrow. You know, for those of you guys who already haven't burned through your day trades, DPW shitting on investors right now after hours. Let's see if dip buyers can come in and save them, or does this, does this basically fall on its ass tomorrow? That's going to be interesting to see. He said, haven't heard bats calling for a bit. Some lame news at 2:30, 2.3 selling. Yeah, you already know what they do, Legendary 8s. When it comes to this shit, you already know what these guys do. Interesting question, because I want to ask myself, why are all the weed stocks running myself? Because some of the best weed runners we've had in the past aren't running. OWCP, that was a weird kind of move, because I know OWCP hasn't really put out any news recently since September. So to see OWCP go up 5% on no news, that was kind of weird. Yeah, I do see a lot of the marijuana plays doing some things. That was weird. MJNA, little move on MJNA. I still don't want it unless we break out. I already listed that 12-cent, marker up there. And as you can see here, it's for whatever reason a resistance level. I don't want MJNA anywhere near below that line. I just feel like it's one of those stocks you kind of just play on the breakout just because it's a very great stock to play at a breakout. One of my favorite marijuana, MCOA. MCOA, incredible volatility. It did it today, 11% gain. This is one of my favorites. Guy who watches my show, Bill Betts. Is Bill Betts in here? Bill Betts and I go way back when it comes to MJNA, since like last year. Bill Betts was in this stock like here. I mean, he was somewhere in here, and we saw MCOA go to as high as 20 cents a share. We got guys all the time who say, "Oh man, I can never catch a big one. I can never catch a big one. These big ones don't happen." You got those big ones don't happen. Yeah, they do happen. This was 0050 stock, started moving and got to as high as 20 cents a share. That was a 20. What was that? I think it was like a 20,000% return. I posted that on my old account on Twitter. Let me see here. Yeah, it was like a 20,000 or so % return, something like that. Matter of fact, I want to do that math real quick, because that's what is that? 0050 to, what was that high? 20 cents to 20 cents. Oh, okay. Actually, am I putting it in right? Hold on. That's 39. Oh shit. Okay, 3,900%. 3,900%. It's still a shitload of money. Let's say if you had put down $250, you do the research on it. Do the math on that. $500. George M., you wish you would fucking middle of South America? Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, JT, what do you mean? JT said, well, we in hard times, weed is going to run. CANN. Yeah, Can. Oh, God, look at Can, man. This is an insane move on Can. Can is insane last 2 days. This has got to be being promoted somewhere. Who's promoting Can right now? Hold on, I got to look something up. Let me put up my promoter email box. And somebody's got to be promoting this. Hold on. So who's promoting this? Okay, hold on. Somebody. Medical marijuana alert. Okay, so I do see an email. Hold on. The wolf. Power hour. Yeah, but okay, so no, I mean it's not yeah, no, it's not. I'm not seeing any promotional emails on it, man. I'm basically signed up to goddamn everybody out there. I thought it was gonna be the wolf, aka the wolf of penny stocks. .com. If you're not following, he's got pretty decent picks, but nah, his pick was BRVVF today, and that didn't really do shit. That didn't really do shit. 7:30 a.m. 9:30. Okay, did he release? What did he release? Yeah, that didn't do shit. That didn't do shit, man. Yeah, so I don't know where the move for Can is coming from. I don't know where that move for Can is coming from. BUDZ, Buds is running. Jose Cornell said it might be Tim Sykes. He's hilarious. BUDZ, Buds is running. Buds is running. Let me see if my stock KSHB Kush Bottles, that one is still hanging up there. I called Kush Bottles a buy on my website. I'm waiting for the pullback in Kush Bottles. I explained why I love this company, because I think this is kind of one of those companies that's going to be around for a while in the marijuana space. But I'm waiting for the pullback, but it's not happening. They're still hanging up there. Kush Bottles, decent volume. EVIO, the weed stock, light volume on this EVIO. I'm not sure how much of a weed play they are, but that's what it is. EVIO. You still got a ton of companies out there. Let me see. That used to. Let me see here. You guys remember the marijuana index? This was kind of one of those things where marijuana was like really, really big about a year or two ago. And everybody was following goddamn every marijuana stock out there. You know, like the CBIS of the world. CBIS is doing pretty good. CBDS is another one. CBDS up 5%. Damn, okay, these marijuana plays are running, huh? CNAB, United Cannabis, up 9%. Damn, okay. CNBX, up 4%. Okay, hold on, man. Something's going on. What's going on in marijuana, man? CVSI. Okay, now if CVSI is running, because that's a garbage ass play. That stock is a shitty shit. GNRH. I'm surprised some of these stocks are still around. I'm looking at a list from 2014. Grow, GRSO. GRWC. Now this is an interesting company though. This Grow Condos. This is a really old play. This has been around for a while, and I think the share structure has changed. The share structure has changed a little bit, so there's some more shares out there. The float's a little larger than it has been. 5.2 million shares of out there. It's a 6-cent stock. God, you're a little extended now. Over, we found it a little bit late, but love that move. Here, look at that, man. From 3 cents, you're up about 100% since the 21st. Gosh, I guess you can wait for the pullback on this one, but who knows if it's going to keep going. but that's trading for you. GRWC, that out of all the charts we just pulled up, that looks promising, but it looks like you've missed the run. But you know, again, these things can kind of continue to go on. Who said it can't go to 85 on there? Harvest is done now. Time to sell. IMTL. Image Protect up 25%. Yeah, we're blazing through these tickers. Let me give you guys this link to 80 marijuana stocks. Now, some of these, again, I don't know whether or not all of them MSIG. I know MSIG is still around. Here's MSIG, beautiful day today, up 20%. All right. INQD, Indoor Harvest. INQD. Looks like this one hasn't moved yet, but again, this is pretty low volume, only 100,000 shares, so it looks like the excitement hasn't found INQD. INSY, kind of a little expensive. Or maybe that's not the one anymore. All right, that was a list of U.S. based. Let me go ahead and give you guys this website, or you can just go ahead and type it in. It's allmarijuanastocks.com. Allmarijuanastocks.com. All right, SHMN, Sohm Pharmaceutical Play, up 40% today. 163,000 shares traded. Okay, so this was a 000 stock. Looks like it got its number called today. All right, 000 stock. Let's see, is it OTC pink or is it a stop sign? SHMN, stop sign. Okay, not a fan of those. But let's see if it could go to OTC pink. So you're gonna have to do the research on the news. On what, have they released any financials or news recently? No, looks like no financials. Any news? I see an article from 2016. All right, I do see something that they put out here. November 29th. SHMN launches unique protein supplement. All right, so this company coming back from the dead. I would contact the information. Yeah, they got a contact number, 714-522-6700. So, yeah, I would contact them, give them a call tomorrow and say, hey, you know, you guys looking to, you know, update your financials or update your standing with OTC markets? It's a yes or no question. You know, it's a 0007 stock. You know, and you can play off that. This, you know, that's not. It's not the wrong asking questions. You know, no problem, Punk Jabby. Appreciate you, man. I'm about to get up out of here in a bit too. MOD, let's keep it going. MOD, Muddyne Manufacturing. Muddyne Manufacturing. I don't know anything about this company. $1 billion market cap, 26 PE ratio. So we're talking about a real business now. Unlike we just got done talking about some sketchy businesses. This is a real business. 11,000 employees. Yeah, I don't know much about this one though, bro. Looks like it's a automotive parts supplier or manufacturer. So, yeah, do your research on that one. All right. When it comes to large cap businesses, I like easy. When it comes to large, so I'm into oversold, overbought when we talk about these large caps. You know, I don't want to have to read those 10Ks. Those 10Ks for businesses like this, they can get 200, 300 pages, man. You know, these OTC companies we're talking about, 15, 20 pages max. That's easy. I like easy. Am I in Litecoin? I have a couple. I have like 10 Litecoin. Remember that, what's the guy who got me in Africa Emporium? He got me into Litecoin. And doing really, really well, by the way. Doing really, really well. But right now, I'm more into the altcoins, if anything. The altcoins is where the money is, man. And then I'm starting to figure out, too, if you want to buy more altcoins, buy Ethereum to buy altcoins. Some of them want you to buy the Bitcoin to get the alts, but the altcoins are where the money is at, man. AMD. Yeah, AMD pulling back here. Look, I don't know what's the reason for technology sell-off. Some people say, people going into cash because it's the valuations and whatnot. The tax plan not benefiting technology because most of these tech companies don't pay taxes. Most of your tech giants do not pay taxes. MarketWatch.com has got a really great article on that. You can pull that up. The tax relief is really going to go for your companies in the Dow, your manufacturing companies, your plays that are between 50 to 500 million in market cap on the industrial side. That's where you're going to really get huge savings. That's where you're going to get the moves where those companies can come back into the marketplace and buy, take off more of their shares off the market, right? But you're not going to see a benefit when it comes to the tech stocks, which got us here. You said SMG would lead. SMG, Scott's Miracle Grow. I'm interested in knowing a little bit more about that. I mean, how does Scott's Miracle Grow, which, by the way, is a great product. Scott's Miracle Grow is some good shit. I used to have a bonsai tree, which, that reminds me, I need to buy another one. I had a bonsai tree, and it used Miracle Grow on it, and, man, that thing was a beast. That thing just, like, man. That Miracle Grow is the truth. But I'm interested in seeing how are they using, do they use Miracle Grow? How are they using Miracle Grow? Is Miracle Grow catering to that market? So yeah, I would. That's an interesting investment idea. Playing on marijuana and then using, the idea that a company like Miracle Grow, Scott's Miracle Grow, will benefit the sector. Callie Rob, you said that's the deal? Okay. What's going on, More Peace? Yeah, Cal Buck here and Timothy Sykes' YouTube channel and articles. Supposedly they applied to the feds for permits. Well, Craig G, who are you talking to? Who are you talking about? The SMG? They're applying for marijuana permits? Let's see, SVTE. This service team is an interesting stock because they got a great story, but they can never really get it going. So on SVT. That's a stock that's been around for a while. It's got the potential, right? It's got the potential, but they just, I don't know, They never really get it going, and then the website keeps crashing. Okay, well, the website is actually up now, but something about custom truck parts and whatever, and interesting business ideas, but for the most part. Scott's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do some more research on that one, because that's kind of one of those things where that can be a game changer, man. That can be a game changer, because when we talk about businesses like Scott's Miracle-Gro, these are kind of like companies that even during a recession they don't really get hurt, because at the end of the day, people still need to grow food, people still need to smoke weed, and internationally, I mean, is the same thing. NSPR, Inspire Med, NSPR. NSPR still trades on the. It's not OTC yet. Okay, wow. Okay, yeah, still trading. Okay, still trading on the Nasdaq. NSPR. 16 cents a share right now. Not doing so well. Oversold. Interesting little, 2-cent gain, which is a 16% gain, obviously because it's dirt cheap. Look, that's a candlestick you want to see on an oversold stock, but 21 million shares traded. The average is only 2 million. So yeah, you do have a lot of people who see something here. A lot of volume came into the stock today, as you can see. They came out on the 29th and mentioned that they do have a planned recapitalization. Let me see here. Yeah, they came out on the 29th and said that. The stock still sold off the next day after that announcement, but actually 2 days after that announcement, still sold off. But finally in the green today. Inspire Med. In fact, I would watch that. I would watch that tomorrow. I would watch that tomorrow and see what happens here. I mean, that's a lot of money in that stock. That's a lot of money in that stock. I'd watch that tomorrow. USTU. I'll write that down myself. NSPR. NSPR. Nice move on that. You have a big aggro. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm with the idea. I love the idea. I'm with it, man. I'm with it. It makes perfect sense. Makes perfect sense. Scott's Miracle-Gro, marijuana, makes perfect sense. Barnes & Noble's chairman bought $6.8 million worth of shares. Stock currently at multiple bottom support on BKS. All right. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, they are pretty beat up. Yeah, okay. Barnes & Noble's, yeah, they are pretty beat up. If it was $1 million or less, I wouldn't even look at it. But I mean, he came out and bought $6.8 million worth of shares. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to just be showing confidence in the business. So that's something we gotta keep an eye on. $6 a share. Barnes & Noble's. Yeah, silver by the ounce. I mean, NSPR, that's why I say it's something to watch tomorrow. If there is, as you say, only 7 million shares floating out there, that's going to be one to watch tomorrow. That's going to be one to watch tomorrow. Yeah, we were making fun of Watson. Watson pulling back on AI, artificial intelligence ETF. But look, I mean, in hindsight, 5 years from now, this is going to be a buying opportunity. So, I just catch the bottom of whatever this is and then keep going. At the end of the day, artificial intelligence is the future. Okay? You're going to wake up one day to artificial intelligence. You're going to go to work, and artificial intelligence will either be telling you what to do or you'll be telling it what to do. So, I mean, whatever that, this is doing, in the end of the day, it's for a short period of time. But, yeah, very beautiful uptrend. It's not going to keep going down forever. Yeah. That's why a lot of people buying these Amazon calls that are going for dirt cheap right now, especially these, 1180s, these 1200s. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Amazon is, the future of retail, man. So we're seeing Amazon sell off here. Don't get it twisted. Don't buy anything too close. Anything too close, because I don't know how long this could last, but we do know they will be back to their highs, one day. Yeah, which and that's an interesting story with GM coming out and saying that, because, man, look, Tesla, I'm a fan of Tesla. I'm a huge fan of Tesla, and I think their CEO is the Tesla of our time. I think he is a smart guy, and I think he's doing some incredible things. I think he'll end up being known more for SpaceX than any of this other stuff he's doing. But they need to get it together when it comes to these cars they're putting out, man, because GM is not playing with them, bro. GM is not playing, dude. GM can come out right now and put out some autonomous vehicles like they're saying they're going to in 2019. They're going to do it. And GM is going to do it. GM is going to do it. And GM already has battery-powered cars out here. Someone says Winds got killed. Well, relative, do you remember Winds was under a halt? If you remember, Winds was under a halt. If you remember Winds, it got halted. Let me see here. Back in June. Yeah, it was back in June. Winds was a stock. Those of you guys who don't remember, it went from like $17 to $250, which is insane in itself. All right. The SEC was grateful today. The SEC was grateful today and allowed Winds to trade again. And, I mean, what do you expect to happen? It's not even worth looking at the chart, because the distance from, when it was allowed to trade and where it is now is fucked up by the, as you can see here, there's a gap. You can't see it, but there's a gap from the date, June and then December. But, I mean, what do you expect? A stock that's coming off a 5-month, 6-month halt. Oh, nobody's going to stick around in that shit. It's a great short. It's a great short if you can get shares, which I couldn't get. There are no shares available. No shares available. Oh, don't even bring up Dries, man. Don't even bring up Dries. Dries is a low float stock that won't die, man. It's like Roku. Dries is a low float stock that won't die. And when Dries had a larger float, we saw what it would do. It would just sell off and sell off and sell off until reverse split. But now they've already reversed so many times. Now look at Dries has found some kind of support here in the fours, man. It's actually holding these fours really well. I was expecting a downward move, but now, I mean, it's giving traders confidence to buy in. In fact, the stock was up 8 cents today, up 1.93%. You said the new Corvette is hot, the ZR1. Yeah, them Corvettes are badass cars. Them Corvettes are badass cars. But I've always wanted, I don't know what it is, bro, but I like those. I don't know, maybe it's because of, from my youth, but I really love those 98 Corvettes. Like it's what, I don't know what that model is called. I'm not into cars like that. But those 98, 99 Corvettes, that body style, man, especially when the lights were closed. They look retarded when the lights are up. But when the lights are closed, you know, where the exhaust is, it's just badass cars, man. They're badass cars. All right. Yeah, we talked about ASTC. We talked about ASTC. Nice move. Incredible move. Up 69%. But look, we've seen this before. We've seen this before. I already can tell you what's going to happen. You know, you're either going to see it crash. In fact, it's up after hours right now. Let me see how it's holding up. But, you know, we've seen this before. You know, in fact, we see it on the exchange at least once a week. You're at 472 after hours. We'll see how that holds into tomorrow, you know, after 9:50. We'll see where the stock is after 9:50. I'll give them 20 minutes. Within the first 20 minutes, that'll tell me everything I need to know what kind of day ASTC is going to have. All right. But, I mean, when you pull out that chart and you see what it's got behind it, we'll see. We'll see, man. Somebody said the Tesla 18-wheeler is going to change the game. Oh, it will. More peace. I'm absolutely. And I'll say it again and again. That truck, that Tesla 18-wheeler truck, you know, I don't care how long you've been driving trucks. Cummins, Tesla will put Cummins out of business, man. Tesla will put Cummins out of business, because if you've seen that video, oh man, they don't know what's coming, man. They really don't know what's coming. They don't know what's coming. And I don't think Cummins is publicly traded. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think Cummins is publicly traded. Yeah, I don't think they're but yeah, that Tesla truck, man. Everybody press like on this video if you can. Press like. I know some of you guys are watching this on the TV. The new Corvette is a mid-engine. Here's the thing about Corvettes, though, man. Does the interior get hot? Because something about Corvettes, man, if you drive them, and I've rented a few in the past, you know, day trader bullshit, you know, you get a good run or two, and you go out and go rent something expensive, you know, for a day or two. And like, if you, after like an hour or two, like, the cabin is hot as fuck, man. The cabin is hot. And that's just, you know, I noticed that with the 98s. I noticed that with those 06s and 07s. I haven't driven any of the newer Corvettes after like 2014. I don't think I haven't driven any of those. Relative, you said you're up 3,000 for the month of December because of PXS. Nice move. Nice move. Yeah, I'm still eating off my Snap gains, and I don't know where the fuck Snap is coming back. What the fuck? I made so much damn money off Snap, and then to see it coming back, I'm just like, okay, I'll see you next go around, because I already know the app is bullshit. But I don't want to get to the preaching that the game is rigged, but it is so much rigged. Oh, absolutely, more peace. That Tesla truck needs to come out right now. Tesla doesn't, I mean, they need to hurry up and bring that out right now. Looking the way that stock is moving. You know, and you got everybody on CNBC and their mama shitting on Tesla right now. They're about to lose their ass. You know, you're at a support right now. I mean, you're hanging on for dear life. We're talking about possibly going into, you know, sub 300 Tesla, man. So they need that truck now. We haven't seen sub 300 Tesla since, what was that, March? Yeah, since March of this year. You know, it's almost 8 months ago, man. So it's a game changer. Yes, indeed. It's a game changer. But they can't sit on their laurels here, man. They need to get that out of here right now. HTGM. Who brought this up in the chat? HTGM. Milt. Lamprey Milt. You said you dumped it. HTGM. Yeah, not much going on there. Let's zoom in on the chart a little bit. As you can see here, been selling off intraday. Creating new lows for itself. I don't see anything here. Not a chart that I like. Yeah, I'm good on that. You know, looking to go long. I love a lot of support, or I love a chart that's not showing much action. But you got a lot of possible news coming out of developments in the works. I'm not seeing any of that here, and I'm good on that. Yeah, that shit need to come out now. That need to come out now, man. Trying to find out if we have any other exciting news. Again, I'm just really excited for this sports betting thing, man. We got to get this sports betting. Hopefully this ruling comes out soon, but I know the Supreme Court, they just started hearing the arguments today. So I don't know. The Supreme Court, I mean, it can take some time. I mean, it's not going to be, you know, more than 90 days. I know they kind of move quickly, particularly these guys who've been in there. They've been pretty good about moving quickly. And it's not much to think about. So let's be honest. It's not much to think about. They're either going to let you do it or they're not. Yeah, the biofarms are crashing. I'm not sure why. And I'm not sure why. Snap 1650, put City on Snap. Yeah, I'm going to let Snap do its thing. When we get a little closer to earnings, that's when you can go out on the, you know, and find a nice little deep in the money put to load on Snap. Tesla, Amazon, Apple, Google combined forces defeat the world governments. Yeah, we'll see. EVC. God damn, what the hell's going on here? EVC. Somebody must have just pulled this up, because I'm surprised nobody has ever brought this on the show. Look at that, market cap 6666. Trading at 4 times earnings. This is a dirt cheap ass company, even at these valuations. Trading at only 4 times earnings. Got 1,000 employees. Slightly under $1 billion market cap. You know, it's not very, doesn't have too much volume though. That's an ugly ass chart, man. Damn, that chart is ugly. But I mean, this is a wonderful November. I don't know what's been going on here in the month of November. Appreciate it, crypto. Yeah, thanks for bringing this up, Max Trader. I feel like we missed the move on it, though. I mean, you're at 87 on the RSI right now, but look, we saw a stock that was 87 and got off the way to 97. So, if you guys remember BTSC. Before that ended up dumping. And by the way, man, whoever is that guy, I know you're still watching my show, man. Just call us up, even if you lost money, bro. Just call us up and tell us, you know, in hindsight, what did you learn or you know, about that trade. If you guys remember, just to keep you understanding what I'm talking about, we had a guy that called up on BTSC, and he was up like $1,000. Me, Mr. Lloyd, a whole bunch of people in the chat room told him to sell. And I have a very strong feeling he didn't sell. But I want to really know by having him call up the show. And I know you're watching. Because I got a lot of guys who always, man, I'm not watching this show anymore. I'm not watching that. And then they watch my show. I know they're watching. You know. And I know you're not one of those guys. But, again, you know, a guy will call up. You know, he'll give us a trade. And the trade won't go so well. And then he'll disappear on us. But I know he's watching it, though. You know, because I see you on Twitter engaging in some of the stocks we're talking about and you know, looking it up after we've talked about it. I mean, you can just kind of see it. What's my take on Chinese stocks? Half my shit is in China. Yeah, China's volatile, man. You know, there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of scammy ass shit out of China, man. Them Chinese people, you know, credible thinkers and whatnot, but when it comes to finance, man, they'll scam the shit out of you, bro. Those Chinese stocks are really scammy. You know, that's why they trade on U.S. markets, because, you know, as an American, you can't buy stocks in China. They don't let foreigners buy in China, man. You can't buy Chinese stocks directly as a foreigner. 813, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, man? I'm the dude you was talking about, man.
Oh,
the BTS with $1,000.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for calling, bro.
Yeah, man. Let me tell you how it went, man. Let me tell you how it went.
Go ahead. Tell us how it went, bro.
Yeah. So I did what you said that night.
Good.
But I had a strong feeling. I'm like, man, I believe it's going to go up to like 70 or 60 cents.
Okay.
So I did what you said and did the order that night. But I did the order for 60, I think it's 63 cents.
Okay.
And the stock stopped at 62 cents and went down. I was so pissed when I got off work, because I looked at it when I got off work. I didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I worked during the day, so I listened to your advice. But, yeah, it stopped right before I did it at 63, and it stopped right at 62.
Damn.
Like 62.8, I think.
So, okay, so where did you end up selling?
I ended up selling at like 40. Yeah, at 40.
Damn.
Like I was 5 cents. That was just 5 cents lower than what you said for me to sell at.
Okay,
you said sell it at 45.
Yeah, so obviously you still got, you know, significant amount of profit, because I think you said you had bought it at 6 cents.
I bought it at 6. It was 6.79.
Yeah.
Is where I bought it at.
Right.
Yeah, and sold it at 40.
So still significant amount of profit. Obviously, you wanted that high because, I mean, in the game of penny stocks, it's about scale. So you want to get as much, you know, I mean, even 5 cents, if we're talking about a couple, you know, even a couple thousand shares, that's still a lot of money. But still, man, I'm glad you got some gains out of there. So tell me, what are you looking at now? You got these gains. What are you looking to roll that into?
I'm thinking I'm gonna do like you were saying and put it back into that same stock, but I'm gonna wait till it go down to like, hopefully, I'm hoping to go down to like 30, 25, and then I'm gonna try to buy like 5,000 of it, and then I'm looking at the other BT, it's a BTSC and then it's BTCS.
Yeah, BTCS. Yeah, BTCS.
And yeah, today I just put in. I only had like $150. So I went ahead and got 1,500 shares of that.
Okay.
Of the 11 cent, the one that's 11 cents.
Yeah, BTCS. Okay.
Yeah, I did that, and now I'm just looking for something else to get into, because now I got the 100 that I just did today, but I still got $700 and something left over from what I did with other stock.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good, man.
But that's just floating.
I'm really happy for you, man. I'm really happy for you, because I was worried. I was like, man, I hope everything went good. I was just like, man, I was just wondering, because I know you were so excited and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, but I'm glad, man. I'm glad you're rolling your money up and looking for an opportunity to make more, and that's exactly how you do it, man.
Yeah, I am, man. That was my second trade, man. That was my second trade.
Okay.
Because the first time I traded, I lost 500 in that. Oh my goodness, you probably laugh when I tell you, but that what is the name of it? It had the twins in it. Them twin girls, sister. Somebody said something about them, and the stock went up.
Oh yeah,
and
that
I
was
bought
the restaurant out in L.A.
G something GILI or G
okay,
something
Giggles,
like that.
Giggles and Hugs. Giggles and Hugs.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I lost 500. I lost 500 in that.
The girls from Sister Tamara and Tia, they went and sponsored this company called Giggles and Hugs, which it's had some better days. It's actually it's pretty decent play right now, actually. But GIGL, I'm guessing, where did you end up buying that out and selling it?
I'm trying to sell it now. I bought it at 25 cents,
Ooh.
and now it's down to 2 cents.
Yeah.
I was one of them guys. For Giggles and Hugs.
Yeah.
That bought it at the top and lost it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all have one of those. We all have one of those when it comes to OTC stocks. But I mean, again, the learning lessons you took from that, man, you flipped it and did really, really well on this Bitcoin plays. And there are some more exciting trades ahead, I think, still in that stock, as well as a few of these other Bitcoin stocks that are now cooling down, but I have no doubt be running again. So keep us abreast of what's going on with you, man. So call back anytime, all right?
Yeah, I will. Hey, hold on, one more thing.
Go ahead.
Have you ever heard of a stock called? Have you heard of a stock called? I don't remember the name, but it's DIGAF. I'm watching that one too.
Yeah. So here's the thing on DIGAF. DIGAF, I haven't talked about it on my show because they got the skull and crossbones on OTC markets.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they got the skull and crossbones. And the thing about getting that skull and crossbones is now the SEC is watching the stock, and it has a higher probability of getting halted. And I don't want to get anybody into this play because that I mean, you can get halted. And we just saw a stock like Wins that get halted for 6 months. Most of these halts now are going anywhere from 2 weeks to 90 days. So you got to be real careful when you're dealing with skull and crossbone stocks right now.
Yeah, thanks for that, because I need to keep watching that OTC thing. I keep forgetting about that site. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. Hey, one more thing. Then I'm make this last one. I'm gonna go because I got to work in the morning. But where do you get your news from? Like, I be trying to look up news and stuff. The only thing I use is Google. I got TD Ameritrade right now.
Well,
I use Thinkorswim.
Yeah, I mean, OTC markets. I mean, especially as someone like yourself who's focusing on OTCs. OTC markets is the be all end all when we talk about OTC news. It all starts there. I mean, all the pumpers get their news from there in the morning. The scanners use a feed that they get from OTC markets. So all the news wires plug into OTC markets when it comes to OTC stocks. So that's your be-all, end-all. You can go there right now, click news, and all levels, whether we talk about the pinks, the QBs, or the QX, when they all have news, they're going to post it straight to OTC markets.
Okay, thanks for that, man. Yeah, take it easy, man. I'm going to hit you up another time when I'm winning again.
Definitely. Hey, man, what's your name, by the way, in the chat room?
Oh, it's either King Lovett or Adonis Lovett.
Adonis Lovett. Okay, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call as always.
Yeah. All right, take it easy, man.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to that caller. Appreciate the call. All right, so we got that cleared up. I told you people be listening to the show, right? I told you, man, people be listening to the show, man. If they don't catch it live, they catch the replays, man. I get people, oh, man, I don't fuck with that guy. And then I know they're watching, man. Yeah. Shout out to the caller, man. Appreciate the caller. Yes, indeed. All right. KURA. No, nobody's brought up KURA in a minute. All right, I'm going to get you guys out of here. I know y'all got to go to work, man. I'm going to get y'all out of here because I know when we start going past 11, motherfuckers be like, man, it's going too long. KURA. Last couple trades. KURA. I'm not seeing anything. No recent news. See an article here from November 9th. No recent news. Don't like the price. JHC. OTC stock. I missed out on this one because, man, this was a 000 play, man. It was a 000 play. No reverse split, no anything. You just had some large buyers come in and start holding shares. Incredible run. Every time it's at a low, it's a great buy on the low end with GHC. I missed that one too. 904, you're on the air. What's up?
Hello?
Yeah, you're on the air.
Yes, how you doing? My name is Ray, and I'm just getting into stocks, and I just wanted to say I appreciate your page and your channel, and I'm one of the ones watching, brother. I just want you to keep doing what you're doing.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for the call.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yes, indeed, man. Shout out to 904. Just calling in to show a little love. I appreciate that, man. Yes, indeed. Yeah, GHHC is a phenomenal trade, man. It's a phenomenal trade. When you catch it on the lows, you know, if you catch GHHC right, it's a phenomenal trade on the lows. This is one of those trades that, you know, when you hit it big and your first instance is like, damn, I should have put a little bit more on it. That's GAHC. You know, should have put a little bit more on it. You get that a lot too when you trade another stock. DTII is another one of those kind of stocks when it hits the lows and you got some decent support, you can kind of go in and ride. DTII is interesting. I'm watching it now. I feel like I can get it lower. The attention is gone right now on DTII. It's been a couple, you know, months now since a run, and I don't care what anybody says. I think we're still at risk in terms of war and conflict internationally. So DTII is still one of those military defense OTC plays that you just gotta have to kind of just keep an eye on it, even if you're not, you know, even if you're not in the trade right now. Keep an eye on it, just because it is a go-to stock when that kind of conflict arises. VDRM, yeah, we pulled that up. We pulled that up too via Derm. We pulled that up earlier in the series. Again, this is a stock I like in the lows as well. We get down to the lows, I love it. But until then, I was just kind of hanging up there. I'm not seeing it yet. 980, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Mr. Gladness.
Hey, what's going on with you, bro?
Chilling. I'm just watching you actually from my phone. I'm at the airport trying to make a little extra money.
Okay.
Uber
Okay.
thing.
What you doing at the airport?
Oh, no, just doing this little Uber thing, getting a little extra money.
Yes, indeed, man. I know the Uber drivers clean out at the airport. Every time I'm flying somewhere, that's all I don't even look at the taxis, man. I just pull out my phone and get the Uber. Now, here's the thing. At the airport, do you guys have your own lines now?
Oh, not really. They make you park like a little bit outside the airport,
Okay.
and then whenever the passenger comes down, you pick them up.
Okay.
But the taxi cab companies, they pay to be able to park there or whatnot. And what it is the surges or whatnot. Like the surges happen after a certain amount of hours, and I just go and just make a quick $50, $60 in about an hour, and then just go back to home.
That's what's up. Yeah, man, because I notice when I'm flying into Detroit or back here to Charlotte, because it's an app, right, and everybody's calling it their own car, you can't really have a line like a taxi, right, like a taxi line. So what happens is that a bunch of cars just start coming up when, you know, a flight lands and shit like that. So I've always wondered how you guys get that organization figured out at the airport. But that's cool, man. That's good. I appreciate you watching the show and, you know, doing your job at the same time. And by the way, any stocks you looking at right now?
Not really. I just called really to see what your setup with the RSI.
Okay.
Like, because I in the TD, I use TD Ameritrade, and it's set up right now to like the 70 and 30. But some people can just like customize it to make it like 35, 75, or 80, 20, or you know what I mean? And
Yeah. Mine's is the 70-30. You know, I know you can change the lines. it's been a minute since I've used TD, so I know it's going to be somewhere in the settings in terms of the actual indicator settings. It's so much easier to explain on TradingView, but again, I haven't used the Thinkorswim or the TD Ameritrade app, and I don't know if you can be able to do that on the mobile. Are you talking about the mobile or desktop?
Oh, on the desktop.
Yeah, on desktop. Okay, now on desktop, are you using Thinkorswim?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, man, it's been a while, but I know that when you select the indicator, I know there's the settings on the indicator, and that way you can make those changes in that. But again, it's been a minute, man. I wish I can answer that question, but I can't be definite on that.
Okay. All right. Okay. I do have a question about a stock that I got in. I got this stock, the Mike company. It's what's the ticker? I'll tell you the ticker.
Okay.
Let me check mine. Okay. Sorry, my bad, man.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, because I'm curious myself. You know, we found quite a few plays because, you know, people call in and, you know, it's a stock we've never heard of, and next thing you know, somebody's, you know, can make a killing on it.
Okay, so I jumped in this stock like an idiot. I don't know why I did it. The volatility was high, and it came up on my Connor. You know, Connor, calls in your show.
Yes.
I mean, last week or so, or 2 weeks ago, whatever. And then you told us to check out the link that he got below, and I pretty much been following him a lot.
Okay.
His little pre-market boiler room show type deal that he does, like before the market starts.
Uh-huh.
And I have my scanner set up just like his scanner. So all the stocks that come up, it comes up on mine, comes up on his.
Okay.
So, and it actually works pretty well, actually. But my problem is, I got in this stock ticker MYSZ.
My size. Okay.
Okay, and I got in. Was it 2 or 3 days ago? The volatility was pretty high in the beginning of the opening, right? And I try to set my phone. I try to set my setting because I trade off my phone because it feels like it's a lot more easier. I don't know why.
Uh-huh.
And there's no credit. The Robinhood, the free.
Yeah.
No commission. I'm not comfortable enough to jump into something with the commission fees.
Sure.
So I traded off that. So I try to time it because he always trades off the pre-market high, which is that's what a lot of the pros do. They trade off the pre-market high, and whenever the market opens, it goes up to that pre-market high, and I hit the send button, and by the time I try to set up to sell to make a profit, it's gone back down. And so it's just challenging to do that. Like, I see my profits go. Like, I went in the stock with $50 because I'm not gonna put my real bread in it if I'm 100% comfortable with it, And I got like $5 profit, and it was like 18-19%. And by the time I went and tried to, adjust the amount and try to hit the sell button, the thing jumps back down.
Yeah. You know what, though? I can almost assure you, though, those guys, I mean, are they putting in limit orders? Have you asked if Connor, is he putting in a limit order when it's time to sell, or is he using a market order at that very moment to sell, his to get out of his positions?
He uses hotkeys on his laptop. So whenever they put a market order for whenever it hits that mark, because Robinhood doesn't have this setting, and if anybody that's listening right now, Robinhood doesn't have a lot of pre-settings that you really need to be a pro trader. Well,
I mean, then it's almost as if you're answering your question, man. I mean, you are using a software that doesn't have the ability to do the kind of trades you want to do. It seems like you've answered your question.
Yeah.
I mean, Robinhood. It's not set up, and it's not the fastest, way to trade. I mean, last time it's been a while since I've used Robinhood, and yeah, it does take a minute to just kind of go through the process of putting in an order. And if you're using a method by a guy who's using hotkeys. I mean, hotkeys again. That's you know, a second. You know, he can get in and out of trades by pushing a button. So, you know, there's no way you're going to be able to do that kind of trading with Robinhood. So you've got to look at a different way to become profitable if you're going to be using Robinhood as a way to trade.
Yeah, because I just hate the fact of the commission fees. Why do they have to do that? The brokers, like, can't they give us a break?
Man, look. I look at it this way, and I saw an article. I was reading an article. January of 2000, E-Trade was charging people $39.99 each way. Each way. This is in 2000. So,
wow.
You know, they have gone above and beyond to make trading cheaper, faster, better for us. And I even till today, I agree with you. I mean, I still think even at, you know, some of these brokers, $4.99, I still think it's a lot. Obviously, it's not a lot to people who have a lot of money, but I understand for traders who don't have a lot or who just don't want to commit that much at the beginning, because you do lose a lot so much at the beginning. That you don't want to have to spend and lose that much slippage on commission, because I know you don't want to put in huge orders at the beginning because you're still learning. You're trying to figure out how to trade, what you like to trade, you know, what works and what doesn't work. So I mean, I get you. I absolutely get you. But I would look into now, what kind of trading can I do, you know, that's going to work better for the platform I use, and it's going to make sense for the platform I use.
Gotcha. That's awesome. I got one little small statement. I heard for the small market cap, like from $5 and under. What's a good place besides Yahoo Finance and all that, and Stock Twitch and all that, to find for not the really low penny OTCs, but I'm talking about for the $5 and under. What's a good, like, news, you know, to find the website?
There's gosh, it starts with a J. What's that guy? It's like Clowns or something. Somebody in the chat room knows what I'm talking about. It's Fools. Is it like Fools? Fools.com or Fools? Hold on, let me see them. The Motley Fool. There it is. The Motley Fool. But what's their website though? Not
yeah, what's the website? Yeah.
Is it fool.com? Yeah, okay, yeah. Fool.com. FOOL. Fool.com is pretty good. They've got some really good stocks that you can find, and they do end up talking a lot about the 5 and under. Fool.com. FinViz. FinViz is a great site. I mean, they don't specifically talk about it, but it's a great opportunity for you to scan, particularly for those stocks, $5 and under. You can put certain market caps, certain conditions like meeting, you know, certain chart patterns or PE amounts, all that kind of stuff like that. So you got to have FinViz. The Fool.com is great. Benzinga is a great one that they have too. That one that's kind of susceptible to a few pumps and dumps, but Seeking Alpha is a great place. You got to be, you know, if you love OTC stocks, or if you love just stocks between like 1 and 5, Seeking Alpha is a great place to find great write-ups on those kind of stocks as well. So there's a community of you know, websites out there to find. But I think if you start off with those 3 and then move into some of the others, even MarketWatch.com, even MarketWatch, CNBC.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, yeah, they get into those cheaper stocks now. I mean, they know there's a lot of money and volatility. The volatility can make you a lot of money in those stocks. So they get into those kind of trades as well. You know, they don't. You know, they're not going to talk about them on the actual channels, but on the website, yeah, they'll have, hey, top 10 best small caps for 2018. They'll get to those cheap stocks when it comes to the, you know, on the websites.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the call, man. You know, I'm about to get in these rides and whatnot, but continue doing what you're doing, man, and the group have a nice, happy holidays, and yourself too.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate it, Andrew. Thanks for knocking for the call, man.
All right, bro.
Yes, indeed. So shout out to Mr. Gladness for the call. And as always, appreciate all my callers. One last call before we get out of here. We'll look at some tickets and get out of here. 904, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, brother. This is Berkshire calling back. I was wondering what you thought of Share Trader and what was it? Yeah, we'll start with that. With Share Trader, because again, I'm just getting into the stocks and whatnot, and I'm just really want to get my feet wet.
Sure. Now, are you outside the country?
No. I'm in Florida.
You're in Florida? Okay. Is there a reason why you want to use Share Trader? Is it because the no PDT rule?
Well, not exactly. I just heard of that because right now I'm with who is it? I am with Ameritrade right now and on Thinkorswim. So that's where I'm with right now. But yeah, I'm just trying to find like a broker that kind of specialized, or is just more involved in penny stocks. Sure.
Now, are you looking to short, or are you just
No.
Okay,
I'm looking more or less to go along and just get my feet wet with that. But that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah. So, man, I don't. When it comes to Share Trader, man, the fees, unless you're specifically looking to avoid the PDT rule or you want to short penny stocks, I would stay away from Share Trader. I practiced with the Share Trader here with you guys, did some real trades, posted it on Tim Sykes' website, but man, I ended up getting frustrated because the fees were eating through my trades, man. The fees were insane.
Yeah.
And the idea too, man, getting my money out was a nightmare. It took almost a week to get my money out. I've never waited that long for money to come out.
Okay, so is Ameritrade more legit, or is it?
Hell yeah, man! TD Ameritrade is. It's free to sign up. 24-hour customer service.
Yeah.
Web mobile platform is legit. You got the Thinkorswim app for the desktop. Yeah, guys are making killing on TD. You can win on TD. TD can be your primary. If you want to have another one, then go with E-Trade or go with Schwab, or you can even go with Fidelity. But I don't see a reason for you to go with Share Trader, being that you're not looking to do anything outside of the range of just going long and holding stocks.
I hear you. And also, I have my setup. I've listened to a guy on YouTube. He's not there anymore, but it just seems he knows what he's talking about. And I more or less using his scanner on Ameritrade, and I was just kind of throwing it out there as far as percentage, volume, and it was percentage, volume, and one more. I can't remember what it was. But do you know any other limits I could use or?
When it comes to scanning criteria, that's going to be up to you. I'm particularly looking for just because I like to short during the day. I'm looking for stocks that are relatively above 15% for the day. I'm not looking for anything lower than that. I'm looking for anything that's up 15%, anything that's up a million in terms of volume. I have a scanner for unusual volume as well. So it depends on your trading style and what exactly you're looking to do.
All right, I primarily, as of right now, I don't have a style. I'm just I'm starting tomorrow. I did a little something on Friday, but it was more or less with the paper trades and whatnot. So just as of right now, or tomorrow rather, I'm just trying to get my feet wet and
So keep learning, man. Keep learning, keep studying, keep figuring out what you like to do. You might be a guy who specializes in a niche or a niche way of trading, or maybe a certain sector. I don't know if you know who Tim Sykes is. Most of us. Yeah. I learned from him. Just find one thing you like to do and keep doing it over and over and over again. That's kind of what I like to do. I like OTC stocks. I love stocks that are oversold or overbought. I like easy type shit because I just feel like that's easy money. I don't like to have my trades be ultra difficult or something like that, man. I just try to find something that works for me, and that's what you got to do.
Are you one who studies patterns, or is it more or less?
I understand, candlesticks, but I don't study patterns. Just because, a lot of patterns can be just just noise, man. Especially when you're trading intraday. An intraday pattern is just it can be useless sometimes. But pattern recognition is important for those of you guys who want to be position traders, or you want to hold for several days or several weeks. Then pattern recognition becomes a lot more important. But intraday, it really doesn't make sense.
And one other thing, with Tim Sykes, because I got one of his lower cost, what do you call it? Goodness. Anyways, it was something like $200 or whatnot.
Yeah, I know he's got a little bit of his programs that are $200 and up. Look, you're gonna sign up for TD Ameritrade. Go to TD Ameritrade, click the education section. They just bought a company called Invest Tools. Invest Tools used to sell trading programs for $4,000, $5,000 a pop for 3-hour sessions. They've uploaded all their material to TD, upgraded it, made it smooth. They'll take you from A to Z in terms of trading, everything you need to know, from literally novice to professional. You don't need to sign up. You can get it for free.
Done that. I have done that, but I wasn't aware that they cover penny stocks as well.
Well, they don't cover penny stocks, specifically, but a lot of the ideas of trading, whether you're talking about penny stocks or large caps, they're all the same. At the end of the day, you still need to know the basics that are going to cover all levels of trading, including penny stocks. Penny stocks, yeah.
Brother, I appreciate you. This is Versi again, and I'll probably be calling more often, and I just keep doing what you're doing, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call, bro.
All right.
Yeah. So. Yeah, there's no specific training for penny stocks. You got to know really all of it. Absolutely. Depending on the amount of stock. Yeah, Sure Trader can get expensive, man. Sure Trader can get really expensive. And, it took almost a week and a half to get my money out, bro. And I was a little scared. I thought maybe, I don't know if they, were on something we don't have the money or some kind of shit, man. I'm like, man, fuck that shit. I'll never go to Sure Trader again. And I posted that on my Twitter. They sent me an email saying, yeah, we'd like to hold the withdrawal for verification. I'm like, verification of what? I wired it to you from Bank of America. What is there to verify? What the fuck are you talking about? So I'm like, this is an offshore broker. So if the money is gone, it's gone. It's so I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Never again. It's not like TD or Fidelity where you can pull up outside the headquarters like, where the fuck is my money? Absolutely. So again, thank you guys. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you as always for the show, or watching the show rather. Let me go ahead and ring the bell. I had almost over 100 people in the chat today. Appreciate you guys so much for watching. That great penny stock talk that you can't get anywhere else. Add me on Twitter. I'm back on Twitter, OTC3000. You guys know I'm tweeting like crazy during the day, finding the best OTC runners, penny stock runners, option trades. As I'm sitting here trading, finding trades that I can take advantage of and trades that I wish I had the money to take advantage of. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. Sinclair, thank you. Buy Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is doing its thing, man. Bitcoin is doing its thing. Where's Bitcoin at right now? We didn't have anybody call up about Bitcoin. I don't know. I mean, I said I'm willing to talk about the cryptos. Nobody called up and talked, brought it up. But again, let's get into that tomorrow. We talk about, Bitcoin, my new favorite, Ethereum Lite. I love Ethereum Lite. I love Dash. I love IOTA. I love Litecoin. I mean, there are quite a few out there like Neo. I think Neo could be a star a year from now. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about on there, man. Otis Johnson, George M, Joel Kraft. Who else? Bad Scientist, Gucci, Mr. Milt. Who else was in here? Zcash. I like Zcash too. And Bullard. Thank you. My email. Shout out to all of you guys, man. Adonis, love it. I'll see you guys, P-Bank, all you guys who are in the chart, Max Trader. See you guys back here, HM, tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care, everyone. I'll be back on. See you later. Happy trading. Jason, Sunday stocks. That's a lot, man. It's a lot, Jason.